Okay, so today I will teach you how to do the hatching and make the cutting plane line. Let me see the other. We don't need this, and we close it. Okay. Given below the isometric drawing of a model made of wood, draw the following views using one-to-one scale and third angle projection. This is the same drawing that you had before. So if you have the file, you can just go ahead, open the file. Okay. The drawing file, go ahead, open it. I think this is the projection number 1, the first projection drawing. However, in this class, it's about sectioning. The doctor provide us with several cutting locations. So there is A, B, and C here. There is A, B, and C. So sectioning or cutting basically is to show the readers what's inside, the detail inside the object, the detail inside the object. I'll give you an example like this one, cutting plane C. Okay, so you imagine you use your knife and cut this object at this location. Okay, I underline this word, cut the object at this location. So your knife your knife direction is like that, and you cut downward. And you imagine after you cut it, you look to that side, to this arrow, to the side of this arrow. Okay. So that means you will throw the part of the object behind the arrow, and you will keep the object pointed by the arrow. Okay, so that's one thing. After you cut, you throw the things behind the arrow, and you keep the things pointed by the arrow. The second thing, after you do that, then you imagine your eyes is pointing along with the arrow. So you're sitting here, okay, and then you look to that direction, the same direction as the arrow. Okay, that's the second thing. So what will you see after we do that? So you will see something like this. Okay, from the right here, so it's right side view, but it's the section right side view. You will see something like that. You will see the hole. Okay, you will see the hole clearly. No hidden lines. Okay, no hidden lines. Okay, all hidden lines, if there is hidden line, must be deleted. Okay, in section view, we do not draw hidden lines, only visible lines and center lines. Okay. Now, the third thing, what is this hatching? What does it mean? So this inclined lines, what does it mean? Okay, this means these are the region where your knife having contact. Okay, your knife touches the object. If you imagine when you cut at this direction, your knife will touch, let's go from the top to the bottom, your knife will touch this region, right? And then down here, your knife will not touch anything because it's air. It's air. So when it touches, it has contact with your object, so you hatch like that. When it's empty, it's air, so no hatch, no hatching. When your knife reaches down here and all go down until the bottom of the object, then your knife will keep touching the object. So that's why you will see this is hatch. And there will be no lines here because this object and that object is one body. It connects each other. It merges. So they merge together. There is nothing inside there. It's just one body. Do you understand until here? Any question?
No, everything is clear, Doctor.
Alhamdulillah.
It's clear.
So now let's imagine another cutting plane. Let's see this cutting plane, the cutting plane AA. So again, bring your knife and imagine you cut it here, like that, okay? What will you see? So you will see this line downward will be hatch because your knife will have contact with this object at this region, which is this. How about from here to the right? From here to the right, your knife will not touch anything. It's just air, right? So that's why it's not hatch. That's why it's not hatch. And regarding the arrow, it's pointing that way. Yeah, actually, I should explain that first. Okay, after you cut, you will throw one part and keep the other part. Which one you will throw? You will throw the one behind the arrow. So you will throw this part. And you will keep the part pointed by the arrow. Okay, which is that direction. So this part is kept. And then you imagine your eyes is here, pointing there, pointing at the same direction as the arrow. Then you think which one should be hatched, which one shouldn't be hatched. Okay, so you will find this shape. Okay, let's go back to this cutting plane. Okay, the cutting plane CC. I forgot to explain something. Do you see here this hole? This line, the edge of the cylindrical hole. Now they are not anymore hidden. They are now visible, which is logical. It makes sense because now after you cut, you can see this edge. You can see that edge, right? Okay, is everything clear until here?
Yes, everything is clear.
Okay, so the final cutting is BB. Okay, so we will cut this object at BB. So your knife, so your plane will be this direction. It will cut from front to the back. Okay, it will cut from front to the back, and then your eyes is pointing downward. Okay,
Yeah.
so
But you didn't do the sketching for D or B.
B, no, not yet,
B.
not yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so it will be like from here, the cutting will be from here to there. You can draw it here or draw it here, it's the same, because it's the same plane. If you imagine this plane can be drawn here, okay, say from here to there, okay, or it can be drawn from here to there. It's the same. It's same. So this, I'll explain to you the properties of the cutting plane line and how to do that. Okay, so it can be here or it can be there. Both of these lines represent plane B, plane BB. Okay, so this is the same. So it's up to you. You want to draw it here or draw it there. And the arrow is pointing downward. Pointing downward. That means your eyes will look down from the top. So let us draw this. Okay. So where should I draw the section view for BB?
I think in top view.
Exactly, because your eyes is you are at the top, pointing downward, so it's top view actually. All right.
Yeah.
Good. So try to imagine what will happen here. Okay, let's go step by step. So you cut here. I will throw away the object behind the arrow. Okay, so this will be gone, and you will keep the things below or pointed by the arrow. And then which region will be hatched? So it will be this region and that region, this and that. While on the middle, it's just air. It's just air, so you'll not hatch that. And another thing, the edge here, the edge of this cylindrical hole, before we cut it, it is hidden line. It is hidden line. But now after you cut it, you can see that edge clearly. So this should be changed to visible line. Okay, it will be 0.7, and this will be visible line. It's continuous line. And this should be hatch. This should be hatch. There. And the hatching is 0.3. Sorry. That's already 0.3. Okay. There.
So the dashing is always 0.3.
The hatching, we call it. The hatch, this inclined lines, the many lines that you draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 0.3. This is hatching lines. Let me type that. It is hatching. Yeah, I think it's like that. Hatching. Hatch, yeah. You see that? It's hatch. So hatching lines. Yeah, it's 0.3. Okay. And yeah, did I mention this one? The location where you, for the front view section, the location that you should stop hatching is, of course, the location of the knife. So the knife just goes from here to there. So it's touching the object just until there. So you do projection until this location. So you know this is the location where the hatch should stop. Okay.
Do we project the front view to the top view, and the same for the right side view? Do we project everything like we used to do in the normal drawing?
To make these, yeah, basically yes, yeah. But of course, yeah, some of the hidden lines will be deleted if it's section view. Okay. Yeah, so the same. This is a projection. These are still inside the topic of projection views. Yeah, right.
I meant the hatching. Do we project the hatching?
What do you mean by project the hatching? Could you
Do we
explain?
project the hatching lines?
Hatching lines, you mean this line? This line?
Yeah.
No, you don't project that one. That one is a region where your knife touch the object. Okay, have a contact with the object. So you don't project this. This hatching lines is to show you where your knife is, having a contact with the object. So that's why they are all different. So it depends on the cutting plane. Where is it located? That's the thing related to the cutting, to the hatching. Okay, so yeah, this is what you need to draw. Let me see. Okay, is it clear about the concept?
Can you do again how did you change the area to hatching lines?
How change the area to? Oh, okay. Yeah, I will go there soon. But about the concept, do you understand? Yeah, yeah. You will get the real or the complete concept from the doctor. So for now, the basics, I think it's given.
Yeah, doctor, it's very clear.
Okay, so
But
now
how can I sketching? This is to make the thing that knife go through with.
Okay, so
Make it like.
Okay, so this line, the plane line, or the cutting plane. For example, this cutting plane, the cutting plane. Let's go from which one? AA. Okay, this cutting plane AA is represented by a line here. We call this cutting plane line. Okay, cutting plane line. So this line has to be thick. It has to be thick. So it is 0.7. The type of the line, there are several types. It could be a dashed line, a dashed line, which is just like that, just like hidden. Okay. It could be a double dash. I have not uploaded double dash, so it will be like a long line, short line, long line, and so on. So this is double dash, and it could be as I've made here. It's like center line, but the thickness, the line weight is large. It's 0.7. Okay. So we usually, the doctor usually use this. The doctor usually use this. So we'll use the same. So how to make this? It's just a simple line. It is just a simple line. I will delete this. Let's do that together. Okay. Now, the line, the cutting plane is located here, 20 from the front. It's located here, 20 from the front. So we should make a line, okay, 20 from the front. It could be here. It could also be here, because this location 20 from here is actually the same location as 20 from this direction. So we can make a normal line. You can use a line, or I will just use offset here to make the line. Offset, it should be 20. Okay. I will offset this to there. And then you extend this outside the border. Okay. Usually we go outside the outermost region of the object, but that's not a must. That's not a final or a fixed rule. There are flexibilities. Okay. The point is you need to make clear your drawing. Okay. And this one, you just extend also out of the object. Say I'll extend 10 in this case. Again, there's no fixed value. Okay, now this is just a normal line, and then you change it to center, and the line weight should be 0.7 there. Okay. How about the arrow? The arrow should point.
How much did you extend? Sorry, teacher, but how much did you extend?
There's no fixed rule about that. It's just make it a good distance, maybe 5 milli, 10 milli. Sometimes longer, sometimes closer. It depends on the situation. Like this one, this here is very tight, so we will do some adjustment. Okay, and then let's make the arrow. Let's make the arrow. The arrow, you type in the command line Q leader. That means quick leader. So you click that. Okay, I'll just make arrow somewhere here, and then I will move it there. Okay, I will make it separately first. Say here. Okay, I'll just use the length as 15. Okay. Once you're done, press escape. After you type the length, press escape.
Good.
and then change the line weight to be 0.7. Now when you increase the line weight, the arrowhead is covered, cannot be seen. So you need to change the properties of the arrow by clicking, okay, by selecting the arrow, and then right click, go to properties. After that, you will have this window, the properties window. Go down until you find the word lines and arrows. Okay, the line and arrows group. Now change the arrow size. So arrow size, make it say 6. So you see it looks good now. You can change it larger. If you change it larger, for example 8, you put it 8, you will see it's disappearing. It disappears. What you need to do, you just need to increase a little bit the size. Okay. For example, 5, you want to increase it more, 5 milli. Again, the arrow, it doesn't have a certain rule how long that should be. Okay, so now I don't know what my arrow is. I put the arrowhead at the arrow size 8. 6 is also acceptable. I think 6 and 8 looks good. Just check what's the distance. Let's check from, let's say, I'll use this object snap. Is it snapping? So distance from here, takriban, approximately to there. It is around 19.6, so it's around 20. Okay. Again, the arrow, there is no certain rule regarding the length. So as long as it looks nice, looks good, so it's okay. And then you need to mention the this thing, the plane name, the name of the plane, which is A, right? So you use a text, multi-line text here. Make it there. The height, use 4 to make it clearer. That's the point, to make it clearer. The letter, you don't make it thick, just use 0.7. You put it front there. Now you can finalize this by copying the object. Okay, copy, select the object to copy, and then enter. Let me bring this up. It says specify base point, so I would like to hold it here, and then I need to put it here and there. Press escape when you're done. So we have done with the first cutting plane line, the AA. Okay. Of course, you can use the AA cutting plane line can be drawn here. It's the same. You can draw this here. So if you make, say, offset, you will offset this one 20 there. So you'll have your cutting line is here. Like that. And where I would like to ask you where the direction of the arrow. Is it to the left or to the right? Anybody can answer?
None actually. It's upwards. It's forward.
Actually, it's to the right. It's to the right.
Are you trying to draw the arrow A?
Yeah, the arrow A. If the plane AA I put it here, this plane is the same as that plane, right?
Okay.
Can you imagine that?
Yes, it's on the right now. Now I understand.
This surface is that surface, right? This surface here is this surface. So I just make 20 from here, and it's also possible 20 from there. And this is pointing backward. This should also point backward. So you can choose any location you want. Okay. If I want to copy this, I can put it here. Put it here. And I think I can rotate the object. Say angle of rotation. Let me turn this off like that. Okay. Of course, the text you need to delete and make a new one, or maybe you can rotate also the text. Okay, or copy from here. There, and you should, yeah. So my point is, any location should do. It's the same. It will not change anything. It will be exactly the same. So this should be centered. Yeah, you just choose. Okay, don't make both. I'm just explaining. Okay, I'm just explaining for you guys. Just make one of them. Okay, either here or there. Is that clear?
Yes, Doctor.
Okay.
So
So
what do you mean by choose only one of them?
yeah, you just need to choose one of them because they are actually the same thing. Okay, now I will talk about how to make the hatch. It's very simple. I will delete this thing. Okay. Of course, I have prepared already this line. Okay, this line, it's projected from the cutting plane line. Okay, it's projected from there. I use ortho mode, so it's like that. Let me double check for a while. So it is 20. So I just project from here, from the intersection. We go down perpendicular there. So you need to prepare first the region. You need to prepare the region where you want to hatch inside it. Okay, now we are ready to hatch. This is the command, this button. Okay, let's click that. After you click that, you need to go to the settings. Okay, in the command line window, it says pick internal point, or these three options. So you choose the last one. You can click here or type settings. Okay. Even you can type only, you can type only T here. Okay. So I'll type T, press enter. This window will pop up. Okay, we will consider, or our concern is first on the pattern. Okay, what pattern you have? There are many patterns like this one. Okay, you can go here on the right button. There are many types. Okay, like if I choose this one, so the pattern will be like that. Usually we will use this one, the NC31. Just a single line like that. Don't use this one. This is a double inclined line. So you choose this one, NC31. Press OK. Okay, and then the color, just keep it as is by layer. Then you go to here, to the angle and scale. The angle, here is written 0. So the 0 here shows 45-degree angle actually. Okay, so if you put 45, sorry, it will be straight like that. Okay. So 0 is actually 45. We will look at that again later, more deeper. So this is the angle of the inclined line. In the scale is how far the distance between the line. How far the distance between the line. Okay, let's keep this for a while as is. We don't change it. I'm sorry, I'll go back to settings. Keep this 0. And the last thing is add this one, pick points. Okay, so click this, then you choose the region. It will automatically choose the region that you want to hatch. Okay, it has to be bounded region, so it has to be closed. Okay, it will work very easily. Okay. Once you're done, press escape or enter. If you have just a little gap here, for example, I give like 1 milli gap, and then I will hatch, this will give you trouble. Okay. Now you don't see there is a gap, but when you hatch, okay, check the settings. Yeah, since we set already, so you don't need to do anything. See what happened? It will go through the other border, the other closed border, because here it doesn't find a closed loop. Is that clear?
Yes, it is clear. But does it matter what kind of hashing do we do?
You mean the type?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. It is like this. Just many single lines like that.
We used another one. It's not appropriate, right?
If we use the other one, it's not appropriate. Yeah. Okay, so I will delete this. So remember, when you draw in AutoCAD, use the object snap so that you have a accurate drawing, accurate location. Okay, I will just extend this there. So again, hatch, settings. This one is NC31. The color by layer. keep it as is. The angle is 0, which is actually 45 degree. Scale is 1. And pick points. Let's pick the points, which is this location. So now I will talk more about the angle and the scale. Okay, I want to show you further. Okay, click this, click the hatch, then right click, properties. As usual, this will show the properties window. Okay, I will deal with that later. This will show the properties window of the hatch, because we just select the hatch. This is important. You need to select that particular object to see the properties of that object. Otherwise, if you pick or select two objects and you go to properties, it will not show things which have different properties. Okay, let's see the pattern. Yeah, see the pattern here. You have angle and scale. Let's play with it. So now I will change it to 45. Now, do you see that it's now getting getting straight up, so it becomes vertical. So if you do 90 degree, for example, so it becomes like that. Okay, so the 0 is 45 degree, like you see here. And regarding the scale, if I increase the scale, say I put it 2, now you will see the distance between the lines is farther. Okay, so I think 2 looks good, or 1.5. It depends on the size of the drawing. If the drawing is very big, the scale can be bigger. But if the drawing is small, so the scale should be smaller. Yeah, I'll take this back here. Yeah. Any question until here?
So, Doctor, we will make the scale 1.5 for every for every one like this.
Yeah, I think so. It looks good. 1.5 looks good.
Okay.
I think the doctor will tell you the rule, the distance. But like my eye says, this one looks good already. Okay.
Okay.
So there should be some rule, like from here to there, the distance should be the perpendicular distance. This is like, where's the distance? 4.7. So it's like 5 milli. Maybe I think that's it. I mean, I think the doctor will tell you it will be 5 milli. But again, it depends on how large the drawing is. Some big drawing, like A0 paper drawing, and the object is big, so the hatching distance will be farther to save time and save ink if you are going to print them, right?
What's the scale for this drawing? 1?
1.5. Just you use 1.1 is like this on the right. I think it's too close. This is 1.5, looks good.
Okay, good.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's all for today. I will just